Hello, friends. Well, friend of mine got some good deal on some reloaded 7.62 by 54R tracer rounds. I know it's a long ways off, but hey, this is what I'm going to do today. And he wanted me to check them out if I thought they were worth worth shooting, because he got a real good deal on them. They're kind of interesting in that they're pull downs, meaning that they have been disassembled already at one point and then reassembled. So he wanted me to. There are probably some imports, and they're kind of working around some import restrictions, I imagine. So they're Berdan primed rather than Boxer primed because they're the Soviet style steel cases. And reloaders, you know what I'm talking about out there. So I'm not going to be able to pull the primers without destroying them. So I'm not going to, in case he wants to do something else with them. But anyway, because of the Berdans got the two holes in them rather than the one hole in the center. We're not going to get into all that. There's countless videos out there on Boxer versus Berdan. But anyway, quick visual inspection of them. They're looking okay. This one is, one of them's got a lot more cantilure exposed. I'm probably saying that wrong, always have. But anyway, then the others, so their seating depth is definitely different on one of them. And I don't know how much of that you can see on this. Let me see if I can do this like this. All right, so anyway, here we go. All right, so there, you can see on this one here how much of that cantilure is exposed as opposed to the seating depth of this one. And now we'll measure those out here in a little bit. Well, you can really see that. But being they're tracers, they're not going to be tack drivers anyway. So I haven't looked at my reloading manual yet to see what the specs are. I should have done that before I started this video, but we'll try to take some notes here and remember that. So let's see how they did on the overall length AOL of these. I'll go back and I can review this video whenever I put it to my book. And really and truthfully, I don't even know if any of my manuals are going to have a 7.62 by 54R. Specs in them. I haven't ever looked this particular cartridge up. It's not one that I've ever reloaded. But I'm sure there's scads of information on the internets for me. All right, so we got an overall length on this one, which is going to be, I'm guessing, the longest one, because that's the one that had that cantilure, so much that groove exposed. So we've got an overall case length ending in 80 on the nose there. All right. So let's see what this next one. This I think is going to be our shortest one, because it looked to me visually like it's seated deeper, because it had like none of that crimping groove exposed there. Oh yeah. way much shorter. That ends in Uh-oh, let me get that all the way up on there. That ends in 50 on the nose. So wow, that's a lot shorter. And this one comes in at 5.5. So the overall length of these projectiles, or these bullets, cartridges, I'll use the right word in a minute. I can't speak this morning. Yeah, we're zeroed out. Is all over the place. So they've got the seating depth. They're pretty carefree in their seating depth. So, but again, one more thing I want to say. You should be more accurate than that in your loading, really and truthfully. That's kind of sloppy. Reloading, it doesn't bode well for the reloader. Whoever did these loads, they were never going to be tack drivers to begin with. Oh, hey everybody, this is Luke. This is my son's dog. We're babysitting him while he's away doing stuff with the Texas National Guard. Now the other thing, being these were pull downs, I'm sorry. They're tracer ammo, so they're never going to be tack drivers, but that doesn't change the fact that this manufacturer should have done a little bit better with his seating of his bullets. Now these were pulled down, so these were mechanically pulled down, I'm pretty sure. Let's come around here again. Let's see, all right. I don't know if y'all can see. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. All that one does. This little nick in the bullet right there. Little line. Whoops. Whee, okay. They've all got that. See it right there? That's where whatever they use to pull that bullet out of the case with, put a little nick in it. So that's going to affect your accuracy too. But again, we're not trying to get a sub MOA deal here. So next, I guess we'll pull a bullet and see how accurate his powder throws are. Well, let's do this. Let's weigh each one of these. So, let me get my measure over here. My scale. Turn him on. Calibrate it. The little computer says it passes the calibration. All right. So let's see what the total mass of every one of these are. So we'll weigh this first one. Whoops. And it comes in at 329.6 grains. We're going to stick with grains. So, once again, 329.6 for that guy. Woo! 336.7 for that guy. 334.7 for that. So they're kind of, weights are kind of all over the place. But that kind of depends on what's inside them, the components. So the overall weight of these entire cartridges is all over the place. So let's see what some of the critical weights. Let's go with the critical stuff in here is the powder and the bullet. Well, the powder is the most critical part of this equation here. Let's see what the powder charges weigh out to next. Hopefully they will be pretty close. So I've got a inertia type bullet puller here. Make sure I've got no contaminated powders in there already. Got nothing in there. So here we go. The right size collar. Oops, that on there upside down. And let's pull a bullet with inertia. All right. So we've got the bullet pulled. Let's get our tear this out. All right. So we got it teared out now. Powder in that. Pull that powder in there. Oh, that's a lot of powder. That's a lot of bullet too. So then we'll pull this bullet out of here. Sure we've got all the powder grains in there. Pull that bullet, put it aside. And we come in at 46.4 grains of powder for this bullet. 46.4. Remember that. 46.4 grains of powder. Powder looks good. It's nice ball powder. Let me get that. Let's see. Should have brought my funnel. Be right back. $46.4 grains for that guy. Set him aside now. Set this guy aside. 46.4. So now I need to go on here, figure out what this one is. 46.4 was our weight. Ooh, there it goes. $46.4 was our target weight for our powder. Scale still active. 46.5. Not too bad. So powder so far so good. 46.5, 46.4. Last one out of our 3-shot sample. 46.5, 46.4. Okay. And let's see what we got going on here. Oh, whoops. Got a little off balance there. Hold on, what happened? All right. 46.4. So we're kind of okay on the powder. Okay on the powder. So that makes me feel better about telling my friend that you can go ahead and shoot these cartridges. Set them aside. Now let's take a look at the bullets again. You'll really be able to see on these guys now that I got them pulled good. All right, so coming back over here. Well, maybe not. Camera not picking up what I wanted it to. Oh yeah, you can see that big nick in there. That big nick in there. Woo! That's deep too. You can feel it with my thumbnail. That's from where they pulled these cartridges or these bullets with some sort of mechanical puller rather than an inertia puller. And again, these are tracer cartridges, so they're not going to be super accurate to begin with, because you see inside here in the base of them, that's where they're kind of hollowed out, and inside there is a tracing compound that will ignite when the powder goes off and burn out. I've got a let's see. This is from stuff I've found over the years. This is an American 7.62 regular bullet. But anyway, there you go. And then its tracer counterpart. And these bullets have been fired. You can see by the rifling marks on them. So you can see how they're different sizes. This would have come out of a M60 machine gun or a 240 machine gun. And then in the back end of this one, you can see where the primer or the tracing compound has burned out as it flew through the air, instead of having the nice little cap on it like these guys do to hold it in place. Oops, that's terrible. It's already been fired and burned. But anyway, there you go there. So I guess the final thing we'll do is we'll weigh each one of these bullets. And I expect these to kind of be all over the place. I expect that to be kind of the answer on why. Get that back on. Well, we know the powders are within a tenth of a grain of each other, and that's good. I mean, That's acceptable. You know, we're not trying to shoot a MOA target here with this. So we got 144.4 grains. 145.1. Oops, we're all over the place. 144.9. So they're a little bit all over the place, and that's kind of be expected. And I guess I should have. We'll go ahead and weigh these guys out without any powder in them. All right, so 136.7, 142.6, 144.0. So when we weighed the overall cartridge, it was way different. So we see that these are way different themselves. I didn't keep up with any particular order. These as well. But the critical component and all that was the powder. And we were, you know, within 1/10 of a grain of each other pretty much. And that's acceptable. Long story short, yeah, I'd load and fire these. So there's that. Let's see. Pretty looking powder. I don't know what kind it is, other than it's, you know, a nice ball powder. It's good looking. So there's that. I'll burn a little bit later just to watch it because I can't do nothing with it. I don't know what it is. And I don't have the dies to reseat these bullets or just redo this whole cartridge for my friend. So there we go. Y'all have fun out there.